Hello, I'm Avi Martinez, and today I will be presenting to you Ulysses S. Grant and his importance to American history. Now, many of you know, whether through experience of being a student or being a teacher, that Ulysses S. Grant is the American war hero that ends the Civil War. What you may not know is that he had no intention on being in the military at all. Now through this presentation, I will explain the key factors in why Ulysses S. Grant is an important American war hero or figure. Sorry. And now the first thing, going back to being how he had Grant had no intention of being in the military at all. He had no intention, which was clearly shown by PBS with quote, "In 1839, Jesse sent the boy to the United States Military Academy at West Point, ignoring the fact that the small, skinny 17-year-old did not want to go." Now, that simply at face value may not describe a whole lot, but Grant was not great at any business. His father thought so, and he had an affinity for horses, Grant. And so he was sent off to West Point and eventually was posted as an efficient and very reputable quartermaster in the Mexican American War. So much so that his horse skills came in quite the bundle where he successfully hung onto the side of his horse while avoiding a field full of gunfire. Now, without all this experience, he wouldn't have gained his prestige that eventually got him recruited during the Civil War. But to backpedal a little bit, if you will, Grant is known for being the war hero of the Civil War. So, how does the Civil War come about? Well, there are many political, economical, and environmental things that you could say for years prior. But quite frankly, an invention, the cotton gin, which greatly said by the Library of Congress, stated by, quote, "One of the primary reasons for the reinvigoration of slavery was the invention and rapid widespread adoption of the cotton gin." Now, the cotton gin, of course, was a seeding machine that at 2 to 3 times the rate of a slave could remove the seeds from cotton, which of course supply and demand in the South skyrockets, and so does the need for slaves, supply and demand, which in turn greatly widens the rift between the North and the South, leading to the Civil War itself. Now, fast forwarding to 1862, Grant is now a commander in the army, in the Union Army, and has just got done fighting the Battle of Shiloh. Which the Battle of Shiloh, it is a bloody victory where he loses the thousands upon thousands of troops in just one day, and this is greatly stated. No, and his importance throughout this Civil War, despite those losses, which any reasonable person would get rid of, it is it is greatly quoted by the White House with quote, "At Shiloh in April, Grant fought one of the bloodiest battles in the West and came out less well. President Lincoln fended off demands for his removal by saying, 'I can't spare this man. He fights.'" Now, as I said, most people under that kind of pressure would remove Grant as he is seen to be a failure and costed many Union lives. But this greatly shows his importance as he could have easily been removed, but Lincoln did not remove him.